So feet flat on the floor, about a hip's width apart. Shoulders are aligned with the hips. And imagine your spine is a string of pearls of light stretching from the base all the way up through the crown of the head and beyond. Take a nice deep breath. And just settle yourselves in. So whatever's been going on today, if there's any sort of discomfort in your heart, in your mind, just allow that to settle a little. And just try and soften your body from the crown of the head, the face, back of the head, shoulders, throat, chest, belly, and all of your limbs. Just be aware of sounds in your environment. Allow those sounds to be there. Then notice the thoughts that are arising. So if there was some little discomfort, something niggling you, just take this moment to examine that. Just look at it, feel it. Maybe try and relax around it. And then just look at this thought objectively, taking a step back. And we just put ourselves on the bank of our river and just watch that river flow on by. And while we're sitting on the bank, we just know that we're free from the river. Then bring to mind all the people of your life, the loved ones, the ones we're not so fond of and are strangers, and imagine they can all change place at any time. This friend, this enemy, this stranger. Then know that they're all equal in their wish to be happy, the wish to be free from suffering and having this extraordinary capacity for Buddhahood. I just think there is no negativity that can't be purified. This purification process is basically a psychological one. We create negativity with our mind, so equally we can change that by creating positivity. So think of all the people in your life. And maybe there are some people in your life who might need this practice this evening. So, or the energy that we create from doing it, this positivity, this power we get from doing this practice. It is power. So bring them here with you, have them sitting next to you in your mind. And, even Hin isn't able to sit up these days. So just imagine her sitting there, her usual self. So we're able to change our mind no matter what we've done. So start with this power of regret. So sincerely regret from the depths of your heart anything you have done to harm any living being on this day, in this life, and in all past lives, and think of specific actions of both your body and your speech, and then in general regret all. And the reason to regret is based on this logic of karma. And we experience everything due to our past karma, our past actions. And so having harmed others, we ourselves will necessarily experience suffering in the future. And we cannot bear the thought of the future suffering that we ourselves will experience. We know from our present suffering we don't want any more. So logically, it makes sense to remove the karmic seeds before they ripen as future suffering for us. So think like this. I regret from the depths of my heart having harmed others with my body and my speech, having broken my vows, because I do not want the future suffering. I'm sick of suffering. And then also regret any anger, attachment, and the rest that are the cause of why we harm others. And think again, I'm sick of this suffering. And then think, what can I do about it? Whom can I turn to? So here we come to the power of reliance, and we turn to the Buddha, who we see as a doctor, who has, the methods that we can use to purify. So this Buddha that we see on the screen here, he's paint and canvas. But try and imagine a light body, similar to what you're seeing there, above the crown of your head, a couple of inches facing the same way as you. You can also imagine this is the mind of your teacher manifesting in this form for your benefit. He has made radiant, blissful white light sitting cross-legged on a white lotus and a moon cushion. He has a beautiful face. His eyes are long. They're shaped like lotus petals, and they're peaceful and full of love and compassion for you and all those people of your life. He has a sweet red mouth. His hair is black and held up in a top knot. His arms are crossed at his heart, the left underneath the right. The left is holding a bell representing wisdom, and the right is holding a vajra, which represents the indestructibility of compassion. And their being crossed represents the union of these two, which symbolizes enlightenment itself, the development of infinite wisdom and infinite compassion. To the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, I go for refuge until I'm enlightened. By this practice of meditating on Guru Vajrasattva, may I reach Buddhahood so as to benefit all sentient beings. So in order to develop compassion, we need to rely upon other beings, the very beings we have harmed and those who have harmed us, by developing compassion for them. So think particularly of someone you've harmed recently, in the past, and then in general, all beings we have ever harmed since beginning this time. And then remember those who have harmed you and have compassion for them, because they're going to suffer as a result of the harm they've done to you. So make a strong aspiration to do this practice of purification for the sake of all these beings, and think, I must purify for their sake. So now we come to the power of the remedy, and this is the medicine doing the practice of purification. And we start with the body, and Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful white nectar, like coming out of a hose, quite forcefully from his heart. It arcs around and enters your crown and pours into your entire body, filling you completely. And it keeps pouring into you until it forces out of your lower orifices all the harm you've ever done to any living being with your body in the form of inky liquid. And this pours out of you and disappears into space, not one atom left, as we recite the mantra. Vajrasappa samaya manupalaya vajrasappa dina patita dida meboa sutukaya meboa supokaya meboa anarakta meboa sawa siddhi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tatagata vajramami mutsa vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasappa samaya manupalaya vajrasappa dina patita dida meboa sutukaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawa siddhi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tatagata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasappa samaya manupalaya vajrasappa dina patita dida meboa sutukaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawa siddhi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa tatagata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasappa samaya manupalaya vajrasappa dina patita dida meboa sutukaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawa siddhi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me sitam shriyam kuruhum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tatagata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva aham pe Vajrasappa samaya manupalaya vajrasappa dina patita dida meboa sutokaya meboa supokaya meboa Anarakta me boa sawa siddhi mimpi yatsa sawa kama sita me. Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dina Patita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Hum Pe. So be delighted that all the harm you've ever done to any sentient being with your body is now completely purified, and think there's no way you could do anything but benefit others now with your body. So next is the purification of your speech. And Vajrasattva very happily sends powerful nectar from his heart chakra, and that arcs around and forcefully enters your crown and fills your entire body, except this time forcing up to the top of your body all the negativity of your speech, which overflows and disappears into space, not one atom left. So just imagine all the gossip and the harsh speech and the useless speech and lying and talking badly about others behind their backs. All of this is purified by this powerful nectar filling you as we recite the mantra. Om Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe Vajrasapa Samaya Manupalaya Vajrasapa Dinapatita Dida Meboa Sutokaya Meboa Sipokaya Meboa Anarakta Meboa Sawa Siddhi Mimpi Yatsa Sawa Kama Sita Me Sitam Shriyam Kuru Hum Ha Ho Bhagavan Sawa Tathagata Vajramami Mutta Vajrabawa Mahasamaya Sattva Aham Pe. So again, feel so happy that your speech is now completely purified. Imagine it's not possible to do anything but benefit others now with your speech. And the next is the purification of the mind. And imagine Vajrasattva very compassionately sends powerful beams of light from his heart chakra, and this arcs around and enters your crown and fills your entire being. So, it's just like when you walk into a pitch black room and you flick on the switch and the light instantly dispels the darkness. So it's just like that. The moment the light from Vajrasattva's heart hits your heart chakra, all the darkness of the negativity of your mind, so all your attachment and neediness and bitterness, grudges and jealousy, anxiety, depression, all of this instantly dispelled, not one atom left as you recite the mantra. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita dita meboa sudokaya meboa sipokaya meboa anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpiyata sawa kamasita me sitam shriam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajrama mimutta vajrabawa mahasamaya satva a hompe vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita dita meboa sudokaya meboa sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yata sawa kamasita me sitam shriam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajrama mimutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata a hompe vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita dita meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yata sawa kamasita me sitam shriam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan Sawa tata gata vajrama mimutta vajrabawa mahasamaya satra a hompe vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita dita meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yata sawa kamasita me sitam shriam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajrama mimutta vajrabawa mahasamaya satra a hompe vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita dita meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yata sawa kamasita me sitam shriam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajrama mimutta vajrabawa mahasamaya satra a hompe vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita dita meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yata sawa kamasita me sitam shriam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajrama mimutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a hompe vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita dita meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yata sawa kamasita me sitam shriam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajrama mimutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a hompe. So again, feel so delighted that all your delusions, which are the source of all of our own suffering and the cause of why we harm others with our body and our speech, are completely purified, and think there's no space in your heart now for anything other than love and kindness and forgiveness and wisdom and bliss and compassion. So next, the purification of even the imprints of negativity of body, speech, and mind. So here we're working quite subtly. So you imagine light and nectar pouring from Vajrasattva's heart and enters you through the crown, fills you completely, and immediately eradicates even that subtlest negative energy, sort of what's left behind. Vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita dita meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yata sawa kamasita me sitam shriam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajrama mimutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a hompe vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita dita meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yata sawa kamasita me sitam shriam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajrama mimutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a hompe vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita dita meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa Anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yata sawa kamasita me sitam shriam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajrama mimutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a hompe vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita dita meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa anarakta meboa sawasiti mimpi yata sawa kamasita me sitam shriam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan sawa tata gata vajrama mimutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a hompe vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dinapatita dita meboa situkaya meboa sipokaya meboa Anurakta me boa sawa siddhi mimpi yatta sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tatagata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata a humpe. And vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita. Dida me boa sitokaya me boa sipokaya me boa. Anurakta me boa sawa siddhi mimpi yatta sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tatagata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sata a humpe. And vajrasapa samaya manupalaya vajrasapa dina patita. Dida meboa sutokaya meboa sipokaya meboa anarakta meboa sawa siddhi mimpi yatta sawa kama sita me. Sitam shriyam kuru hum ha 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 ho bhagavan. Sawa tatagata vajramami mutta vajrabawa mahasamaya sattva a hum te. So now I feel completely purified. So there's not one atom of negativity left in your mind stream. Even the subtlest obscurations to your enlightenment have been removed. And now the power of resolve, and this is the fourth and final step in the purification process, and a really crucial one. And this is the determination to not harm with our body and our speech and our mind. So without this, we're going to keep doing the same old things over and over again. So this determination, this aspiration to not harm is like a beacon that guides our body and our speech and our mind in new directions. So, we need to, as Rinpoche would say, everything exists on the tip of the wishes. So just imagine having a strong wish in your heart to refrain from harming. And that's such a wonderful start. It's a great place to start. And then rejoice in your own efforts, the work that you've been doing, that just even if all you're doing is turning up to these meditations, that's enough. It's fantastic. And then if you wish, think about something you'd like to work on, something you would like to refrain from doing that is harmful for yourself and others, and give yourself a nice, easy, comfortable timeline. Could be 5 seconds even. So just make it doable. And Vajrasattva is delighted with us and wanting to merge with your mind, melts into light and absorbs into you through your crown, and think, my teacher's body, speech, and mind, Vajrasattva's body, speech, and mind, and my own body, speech, and mind are the same. And next, Rinpoche recommends to meditate on the emptiness of the three circles. So in emptiness, there is no I, the creator of negative karma. There is no action of creating negative karma, and there is no negative karma created. So at whatever level you understand emptiness, just place your mind there for a little while. You can think of all phenomena as being empty. They do not exist from their own side. You can also think that the way things appear to me may not necessarily be the way they actually exist. So let's just dedicate all the merit, all the positive energy you've created by doing this practice to all living beings, and think, may all the virtuous karma I've created from doing this practice ripen as my enlightenment for the sake of sentient beings as quickly as possible. So let's just wish for His Holiness the Dalai Lama to have a long and stable and happy life, and for the swift return of Lama Zopa Rinpoche, and for all of our teachers, all of our personal teachers that we know, that we email, that we chat to. They have such a profound impact on our lives. Okay, so make a wish for them to have a long life. All right, everybody. Lots of love, sweet dreams, and I'll see you tomorrow.